Geography of land. Those who live in the hills are those who live on the highest points of land. It's a landform that rises above the rest of its surroundings. Hills have a distinctive ecosystem that is rich in visual resources and biodiversity. Slope vegetation, flora and fauna, heterogeneity of climate, and land use pattern all play a role in hilltop architecture. In hilly areas, architectural development and urbanization have accelerated in recent years. Why construction is typical in the hilly area. The term hilly refers to any area that rises above 600 meters above sea level. Construction in hilly areas necessitates meticulous planning, careful consideration of topography, and the use of long-lasting concrete materials. Factors to consider for building construction in hilly terrain/regions. When contemplating the construction of a building in a hilly area, keep these 4 considerations in mind. Inspect for landslide-resistant zones. Slope and the order of rock structures are important to look out for. Determine if water exists beneath the surface. Check to see if there are any current streams. Comprehensive planning. It entails a thorough examination of geological maps so that the design team is aware of and comprehends the geological growth of the proposed site. The geomorphological attributes, prior and current land use, ongoing expansion, construction activities, and issue areas such as former slope failure should all be investigated using a topographic map and aerial mapping of the site and surrounding locations. Design of slopes of the building in the hilly area. Slope collapse occurs in similar ways in almost every part of the world, with the underlying causes being rather consistent across geological and geographic regions. The primary distinction is that the climate in tropical locations is hot and rainy, generating deep eroding of the rocks and weakening the slopes. Slope failures on man-made slopes can be caused by a variety of events, including incorrect or missing design analysis or construction, rainfall with a high intensity, inadequate upkeep, sustainable development. When a community, ecosystem, or other interconnected systems can continue to function without depleting essential resources and causing harm to the environment, it is known as sustainable development. Locally available and effortlessly workable building materials that are mostly environmentally friendly, like wood, bamboo, stone, mud, etc., and have decent climatic resistance and therefore should be used for the building construction. The loss of vegetation in hilly places due to the chopping down of trees for timber must be compensated for by afforestation. Materials for sustainable construction in the hills. Construction with a steel framework. Cement wood boards. Sandwich panels. Panels of aerated concrete. Plasters made of gypsum. Design and planning of the building in hilly areas. It has always been a problem to plan and design structures on the curves. Thus, the technique is to examine the ridge and valley lines by drawing imaginary yet straight lines. Buildings should be placed in a way that they are parallel, rather than perpendicular to the contour lines in order to maximize available space while minimizing cutting and filling. Compared to the plains, hillside planning is extremely constrained. There are several aspects that influence the design and layout of a site. These include terrain, climate, orientation, traffic flow, usable area, water supply and natural drains and walkways. Development of critical areas. Topography, climate, land availability, and uphill roads prohibiting large-scale urban expansion in environmentally sensitive areas all play a role in how quickly a hill town grows physically. When planning a project, ensure you have enough measures in place to deal with surface water runoff from the site. In order to prevent flooding in your basement or the surrounding area, learn about soakaways and drainage channels online. Design and contour of a building. The building should be placed along the contour lines of the land to maximize its structural stability and cut down on construction costs. Depending on the topography, some construction forms are welcomed while others are rebuffed. This can be avoided by using horizontal and vertical devices like stilts, etc., which interrupt the landscape's continuity and make it appear rigid. Because of the slope topography, the walls of a basement tend to become retaining walls, and this is a common problem. In order to ensure that these constructions are watertight, structural engineers will need to be involved right from the planning stage. Another approach is to use low-level retaining walls, such as gabion walls, to raise the ground. What is ridge? A ridge is defined as a long, narrow crest of a certain object or feature. Mount Everest's southern ridge visible from Nepal is an example of a ridge. What is a summit? The highest point is known as the summit. Summits can be found at the top of the mountains. What is a breast wall? Natural slope embankment breast walls are erected to keep soil from sliding down the slope due to extreme weather conditions such as erosion, landsliding, etc. I hope this video provides you with a good understanding of building construction in the hilly areas. Please feel free to like, share, and comment.